Happy New Year! My only plan for 2025 is surviving it. Now, let's go make some mistakes and keep the tradition going. A younger woman approached me the other day and asked if I wanted to go for a coffee. Although I was flattered, I told her, "Girl, you couldn't handle me even if I came with instructions." A man is meeting a client in Japan and he arrives a day early. When night rolls around, he went out with a prostitute. They're having sex and the prostitute keeps shouting, "Fuji, Fuji, Fuji." So the man thinks he's doing a great job. Next day, the man meets his client and they go golfing. And the client gets a hole-in-one. The man then praises him by saying, "Fuji, Fuji, Fuji." His client turns around all confused and says, "What do you mean, wrong hole?" Women might be able to fake orgasms, but men can fake whole relationship. I really don't know how people can fake whole relationships. I can't even fake a hello to somebody I don't like. What gets easier to pick up the heavier it gets? Women. Why do we celebrate New Year's Eve? To give our resolutions a proper funeral. Jack and Jill went up the hill to smoke some marijuana. Jack got high and touched Jill's thigh and said, "I know you wanna." Jill said yes, took off her dress, and then they had some fun. But silly Jill forgot her pill and now they have a son. Screw sister from a mister or brother from another mother. We besties from another testy. What's the difference between calling someone dad or daddy? How you come from his balls. Goodbye, regular depression. Hello, my old friend, seasonal depression. I used to suffer from just plain old depression. But through hard work, persistence, and never giving up, I now suffer from anxiety and depression. What's the difference between crippling depression and crippled depression? One can't get out of bed because they're depressed. The other is depressed because they can't get out of bed. Doctor, I think you suffer from seasonal depression. Patient, I think it's chronic depression. Doctor, why? Patient, because I hate my life in the summertime too. There is absolutely nothing more depressing than a failed suicide attempt. The light at the end of the tunnel is quite often the front lights of an oncoming train. Around 50% of our youth sees the future in a positive way. The other half doesn't have the money to buy the drugs. Why do men have two heads and women four lips? 'Cause men do all the thinking and women do all the talking. Two Arabs are sitting somewhere in the Middle East enjoying a quiet pint of goat milk. And one takes out his wallet and starts flipping through the pictures. "This is my eldest son. He's a martyr. And this here is my second son. He's also a martyr." The second Arab nods. They blow up so fast, don't they? A 13-year-old boy came home all happy one day from school. And his mom asks, "What did you do at school today, honey?" "Oh, I had sex with my teacher," he said calmly. The mother began to scream and yell and sent him to his room till his father got home. When the father came home, the mother said distraughtly and close to tears, "Go talk to your son. He had sex with his teacher today." The dad, with a big grin on his face, walks upstairs and he asked his son what happened at school. And so the son told him. The dad said, "Son, I am so proud of you. I'm going to get you that bike that you always wanted." So they go out the next day and they buy the bike. And the dad asked him if he wanted to ride it home. And the son replied, "Nah, Dad, my bum's still sore." 3 generations of prostitutes were hanging out on the street corner talking about their day. The youngest one complains, "I just blew that guy and all I got was a lousy $50. The middle-aged one says, $50? Hell, when I was your age, I'd be thrilled with 10. The eldest says, "You all are a bunch of whiny little bitches. Back in my day, you were just happy to have something warm in your stomach. A little boy sits on Santa's lap and Santa says, I bet I know what you want for Christmas. And with his finger, he taps the boy's nose with every letter and he spells Toys. The little boy thinks a second and says, No, I have enough toys. Santa replies once again, tapping the boy's nose with every letter. Candy. Again, the little boy thinks for a second and says, No, I have all kinds of candy. Well, what would you like for Christmas? Santa asks. The little boy replies by tapping Santa on the nose. Pussy. And don't tell me you don't have any, because I can smell it on your fingers. A woman goes to see her doctor and explains that every time she sneezes, she has a massive climax. Are you taking anything for it? The doctor asks. Yes, she replies. Pepper. Side effects may include weight gain, depression, and loss of sex drive. Ask your doctor if marriage is right for you. A man, let's call him Jim, goes to his buddy's costume party wearing nothing but a pair of pants. Jim's friend walks over to him and says, Hey, Jim, what are you supposed to be? Jim smiles and says, Well, I'm a premature ejaculation. His friend looks puzzled and asks, Okay, well, why aren't you wearing any shoes or a shirt? Jim laughs and says, I just came in my pants. Why does KFC not have any toilet paper? Because it's finger-licking good. A man got a text from his neighbor. I'm so sorry, Bob. I've been riddled with guilt, and I have to confess, I've been tapping your wife day and night when you're not around, in fact, more than you. I'm not getting any at home, but that's no excuse. I can no longer live with the guilt, and I hope you will accept my sincerest apology with my promise it won't happen ever again. The man was in complete anguish, and he felt humiliated and betrayed. So he went into his room, grabbed his gun, and without a word shot his wife in the head. Then, a couple of seconds later, another text came in from the neighbor saying, Damn autocorrect, I meant Wi-Fi, not wife. Guy, I buried my wife 2 days ago. Friend, shit, I'm sorry, man. When did she die? Guy, I don't know, probably sometime yesterday. On a train. Madam, could you please tell your son to stop imitating me? It's very annoying. Oh, I'm so sorry. Harry, stop acting stupid. I called the suicide hotline in Iraq. They got all excited and asked if I could drive a truck. A pilot is having a talk with one of his passengers, and the passenger asks, So, why did you become a pilot? The pilot replies with, To face my fears. The passenger then says, You're afraid of heights? The pilot says, No, I'm afraid of dying alone. I don't often roll a joint, but when I do, it's almost always my ankle. You ever experienced password problems? Windows, please enter your new password. User, cabbage. Windows, sorry, the password must be more than 8 characters. User, boiled cabbage. Windows, sorry, the password must contain 1 numerical character. User, 1 boiled cabbage. Windows, sorry, the password cannot have blank spaces. User, 50 bloody boiled cabbages. Windows, sorry, the password cannot use more than 1 uppercase character consecutively. User, I will hunt you down 50 bloody boiled cabbages, you stupid idiot. Give me access now! Windows, sorry, that password is already in use.